We've got second place here in the points for the MLRA, Jesse Stoval from Billings, Missouri. Jesse, probably in the back of your mind, you got to be wondering a little bit, what have I got to do to win this points this year? I mean, you got 7 wins and still got somebody else leading the points.
Well, we started out the year bad. We lost the first 2 races, so we had a long road to hoe to get even back to second. So we're happy where we're at. If Terry's an awful good friend of mine, I don't wish him any bad luck at all, by no means. But if he's going to have a bad night, he's a good enough racer. He's going to be in that top 5 every night. And there's only 3 or 4 more races left. And like I said, if we finish second, I'm not going to be mad about it. Of course, we would love to win it. But I don't want to wish any bad luck on anybody to win a race or a championship. And sometimes it happens that way, and that's how it falls. But we had an awful lot of bad luck at the beginning of the year, missing in the first 2 races. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just been an awesome year and all, for this MLRA and every other race I've went to. It's this car's been a good hot rod. These guys at Black Diamond are been really, really good to me, keeping me informed what I need to do, and it's just. All in all, you can't call it a bad year no matter what happens now.
I was going to say, this car, I don't want to say it turned your career around, because that's not true, because you've always run up toward the front in this bunch and have won a couple of championships, if I remember right. But, man, it seems like you've been reinvigorated with this deal, and it's just really got you out there doing your thing and some big wins. I think I saw you won $10,000 here just a while back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I told some people, or even told Ronnie Stuckey there, these cars just fit my style. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've just been looking for, is something to fit my style. And as long as I can get that feel I want, I can usually work around and get the car. Sometimes I can get it to do what I want. You know what I mean? That's why this racing's so much fun, because it's a competitive sport, or a very competitive sport. And we all just have to work so hard to keep on top of our game. Just as soon as you relax, you'll got somebody like Terry Phillips or Ryan Gustin or Chad Simpson breathing down your neck, beating your butt. So it's just something my dad did this years ago. When I got back into it, I'm all in. I love it. I do it because I love the sport, not just because I want to do it because it's cool.
I want to make sure and mention your engine builder, because he's a local guy here. It's Bailey, I believe, out in Lee Summit or somewhere out there. I can't remember, but it's Bailey building the motors.
Yeah, Scott Bailey. I met him. It's been about 5 years ago now, 2010 I think it was, or 11. And I've known of him all along for, racing with David Turner over the years. And I don't even know where it was we were at. And he said, hey, I'd like to build you a motor. And so I called him up. We worked a deal out, man. Now he's like family to me. You know what I mean? We've had our ups and downs, and, that's just part of this game. You know what I mean? These motors are like bombs. It's just how long the fuse is. And, we had one motor give us some pretty bad fits. Actually, the one that hurt us at I-80 there, and we figured it out, and it wasn't his fault. It wasn't nobody's fault. Just had a bad part, and he's been absolutely great to me. I can't say enough about him. He builds the biggest power I've ever run. He's builds power for builds motors for a lot of guys around here, and he's just a hell of a guy. He's like a brother more than anything. I don't even consider him a motor builder. He's just a family member that puts them together, and he does an excellent job. If at some point someday he ever decides to do it, I'd say he's got a good future ahead of him, because he's really blood, sweat, and tears in it. You know what I mean? And he's here with me, helping me on my race car, but he's here to watch that motor run good too.
Totally committed is what we call it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, folks, second in the points here in the MLRA at Lakeside tonight. Jesse, have some fun. We'll be watching the 00, buddy.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're here at Lakeside Speedway tonight, and I've got Jason Nutter with me from Columbus, Iowa. And Jason, you're running third in the points this year with this group. Man, you got to be pretty proud of that. I mean, there's some tough dudes in this racing series.
Yeah, there's really good competition. Everywhere we go, there's really good competition. So, we just go in there and battle every week and see what happens.
You're running one of these black diamond cars with Pro Power. Is that pretty much what you've run for a number of years, or is that something new this year?
No, that's something new. We got it last year, at the end of last year, and I'd run Masterbuilts before that, and then we switched over to the Black Diamonds, and that's brought a lot of success to my program, is just switching chassis brands. And then Bill at Pro Power does an awesome job with the engine. So,
how about Lakeside? Have you run here before?
We ran here, I looked in the notes, it was 2006 when we ran here last. We ran a WDRL show here when we were running for Rookie of the Year. So we ended up wrapping up the Rookie of the Year deal here. So it's been good to me so far, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, different car, different era almost, but some experience anyway. What are you expecting here tonight? Is this going to be one of them things, qualify good, run good, try to get in the A?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to be towards the front to get clean air on a big track like this. You know, air is going to be a pretty big deal. Keeping enough downforce on the nose so you can turn through the big corners and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Once again, Jason Nutter from Columbus, Iowa, third place here in the MLRA points. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Lights are out here for the first of two Lucas Oil MLRA late model heat races. Dan Shepard, Buddy Benedict in row 1, Stoval and O'Brien row 2, Scott Lewis, Siebert row 3, Jason Utter, Brantley Gotchlin row 4, Chad Simpson tailback in this one. The green is out. Here we go. Benedict leads the field off through towards 1 and 2. Jesse Stoval rolls up on the high side. Stoval and Jason Utter now run second and third. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Benedict your leader. Stoval there. Trouble back in the pack. Brantley Gotchel and Dan Shepard up into the wall. Those two cars not able to get back up to speed, and the caution waves. Double file restarts in all races up until the final 5 laps of the main event here this evening. Benedict first on the gas. It is Pro Power GRT. We're back underway. Benedict Utter, Stoval. Run spots 1, 2, and 3. Jason Utter will slide up in front of the 86 of Buddy Benedict. Jesse Stoval rolls around the top side. New leader off turn 2. It's a Russian towing. Swatford service. 00 of Jesse Stoval. Jason Utter runs in second. Third place, the 15 of Jason O'Brien. Fourth spot will be the 86 Buddy Benedict and Scott Lewis. And the Shepard Enterprises All-Pro Automotive number 99 runs in fifth. It's good cars back in the pack. The 16 of Austin Siebert, the 4 of Brantley Gotchel. The 25 of Chad Simpson, to the 68 of Dan Shepard. You got to think something wrong there with the 25 of Simpson. All kinds of smoke rolling out the back of his number 25. Benedict slow off the pace. Stoval out front, rolling off turn 4. He's won 7 Lucas Oil MLRA late model races here in 2015. The 31 of Utter runs second. Utter in a black diamond chassis as well. Those cars built out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Jason O'Brien and Masters built by Stuckey runs in third. We're halfway through this time by. Stoval, Utter, the 15 of O'Brien, the 99 of Lewis, and the 16 of Siebert, your top 5 cars. Jason Utter a little trouble that time getting up and off turn 4. Stoval will widen out his lead over the 31. The 15 of O'Brien runs third. Fourth is Lewis. Fifth still the 16 of Siebert. Stoval, Utter, O'Brien, your top 3. White flag coming out next time by, white flag coming out next time. Stoval will rock and roll down the back straightaway through 3 and 4, right up on the top side. Actually, he'll diamond it off 4 that time by. White flag is out for the 00. Off turn 2, back straightaway here for the final time, your opening heat race. Looks like it'll go to the 00 of Jesse Stoval. It will. So Stoval wins it. Jason Utter in the 31 runs second. The 15 of Jason O'Brien third. The 99 of Scott Lewis is fourth. Austin Siebert in the 16 runs fifth. And it's back to the 4 of Brantley Gotchel. And the 68 of Dan Shepard. In the red-eye radiator, total seal, piston ring 0. It's Jake O'Neill to O'Neill's outside. In a new black diamond race car, the 58 of Dave Eckrich, row 2. And a new GRT, the 186 of Jeremy Payne. To Payne's outside, driving a rocket, the 21 of Lance Town, row 3. Starting 5th, the 6 of R.C. Whitwell to his outside. will be the 75 of Terry Phillips, row 4, Jim Sherrick in the 17, Jacob McGee in the 10. Tailback in this one, the 4 of J.C. Wyman. 10 laps again the distance. We're underway with RacingJump.com heat race number 2. O'Neill had a good pill draw. He'll jump out to the early lead. Eckrich, all kinds of traction in the new Black Diamond. Up into the top spot. He'll slide around the 0 of Jake O'Neill. Phillips up to 3rd. He'll slide the 186. So Dave Eckrich out front, 2nd place. Jake O'Neill 3rd. Here's Terry Phillips 4th. Jeremy Payne at 5th. Lance Town. Down through 3 and 4. Eckrich your leader. O'Neill 2nd. Phillips 3rd. Payne 4th. Phillips 21 on Lance Town running at 5th. Little smoke that time out of the back, exiting 2 of Dave Eckrich in the 58. Eckrich in a new Black Diamond, Phillips in a new Black Diamond, Payne in a new GRT. Eckrich, O'Neill, Phillips, Payne, J.C. Wyman up to 5th. J.C. Wyman started 9th in this one. He was tailback. He's up to 5th. Good heat race so far for the 4 car. Lance Town up out of the groove, exiting 2. So keep your eyes there. The 4 of J.C. Wyman back up closer to the front. We'll take a look back at that battle for 3rd between Phillips and the 75, Payne and the 186. Phillips will roll down the main straightaway into 1 and 2. TP and the team left Shreveport, Louisiana this morning at 4:30 a.m. They made their way all the way here to Kansas City to race tonight. Eckrich, O'Neill, Phillips, Payne, still your top 4. There'll be 2 laps left to go this time at the line. How about it, Cosgrove, Iowa's Dave Eckrich, but Jake O'Neill not done. O'Neill in a Club 29 race car. He's got his primary engine, his big Cornet back under the hood tonight. Off turn 4, here's Jake O'Neill. He's closed the gap to a couple of car lengths. Down to the 1 and 2 here for the final time. Eckrich rolls off 2. O'Neill 2nd. Phillips 3rd. Payne 4th. From the outside pole, Heat 2 will go to the 58 of Dave Eckrich. 2nd place, Jake O'Neill the 0. 75 of Phillips runs 3rd. The 186 of Payne finishes up 4th. 5th place to the 4 of J.C. Wyman. Then it's back to the 6 of R.C. Whitwell. 7th, 8th, and 9th. Hold on to your hats. 17, 10, and 21. So that one will round up with Jim Sherrick, Jacob McGee, and the 21 of Lance Town. Your top 3 finishers. It is new Black Diamond chassis. Finishing 3rd, the 75 of Terry Phillips. 2nd place, your pole sitter, Tucson, Arizona's Jake O'Neill in the 0. And your heat race winner, in a Grove Automotive Black Diamond chassis out of Cosgrove, Iowa. It's the 58, Dave Eckrich. On Dirt.com pole sitter this evening. Hutter will pace the field in his Cox design Louisa Gold Farms Black Diamond number 31. Who is outside? It'll be the 00 of Jesse Stoval. Stoval a winner of 7 Lucas Oil MLRA main events. His first place money alone this year across his entire racing, over $40,000. So it'll be an all Black Diamond chassis front row. Dave Eckrich will start 3rd. He was one of the 2 heat race winners tonight. In the Knowles Tree and Crane service number 58. Terry Phillips scheduled to roll to his outside. He'll forgo that starting spot, go to the tail of the field. To his outside, it'll be the 0 of Jake O'Neill, row 3 to the inside, the 15 of Jason O'Brien, and the 4 of J.C. Wyman, row 4. The 99 of Scott Lewis, the 186 of Jeremy Payne, row 5. Austin Siebert in the 16 and Brantley Gottschall to his outside, row 6. You'll see the 6 of R.C. Whitwell in the 68 of Dan Shepard, row 7. Jim Sherrick in the 17 and Chad Simpson. In car 25, your next row back, Jacob McGee and Buddy Benedict in the 86. Lance Town and Terry Phillips will make up your starting field here tonight for this 30-lap Lucas Cattle Company main event. Jocelyn's Jewelry also kicking in a very nice Pulsar watch that'll go to the winner in Victory Lane. So that watch, courtesy of Gary Joslin. Jocelyn's Jewelry does so much to help racing here around the Kansas City area. The McCarthy Auto Group pace truck rolling around here, the Lakeside Speedway. Jason Utter, Jesse Stoval on the front row. Those two have become good friends throughout the course of the year. Utter from over in eastern Iowa made the first chassis switch of his racing career this season to the Black Diamonds, and it has really awoken his program. Utter currently sits third in the Lucas Oil MLRA Series standings. He had a second place finish back over 4th of July weekend down at the Salina High Banks in Salina, Oklahoma. Other good runs for Jason Utter, a second at Junction Motor Speedway last time out. Also a runner-up finish at the Lee County Speedway, looking for one spot better here this evening. We'll talk to your top 3 finishers down in Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane on the front straightaway. A fire from the chalk in turn 4 as they exit the final turn. Jason Utter, Jesse Stoval, bring us to green. Here we go with tonight's 35 to win Lucas Cattle Company main event. Stoval and Utter roll through turns 1 and 2. The 00 of Jesse Stoval sets the pace. They'll roll down the backstretch here for the opening lap. The 31 of Jason Utter runs in second. Third spot, the 58 of Dave Eckrich. Eckrich in that new Black Diamond race car here this evening. Fourth place, the 0 of Jake O'Neill. J.C. Wyman right there in the 4 car holding on to the 5th spot. Then it's the 6th place, the 186 of Jeremy Payne. Back in 8th, Terry Phillips in the 75. Holy, keep your eyes on the 75. Phillips from the tail of the field up inside of the top 10 here in the early stages. Up front, the race is on for second, exiting 2. Jason Utter and the 58 of Dave Eckrich race for second and third. Good race there for 4th and 5th as well between the 186 of Payne and the 0 of O'Neill. Down the main straightaway to 1 and 2. Still the 31 and the 58 side by side, a pair of Iowa drivers. A pair of drivers over on the eastern side of Iowa. Black Diamond cars run 1, 2, and 3. Jeremy Payne, it is GRT, runs in 4th, 5th spot. Belongs to the 0 of Jake O'Neill. 6th is J.C. Wyman. Terry Phillips up to 7th. Stoval, last time he stopped the watches in at a 17.797. Jesse Stoval getting around here at a blistering pace. Now just about a straightaway lead over the 58 and the 31. Best race on the track. Hits for the second spot. Eckrich and Utter. Second and third off turn 2 down the back straightaway. The 86 of Buddy Benedict is off the pace. He'll pull to the infield and call it a night. Second, third, shout out to the 186 of Jeremy Payne. JP came from back in the field a little bit. Payne starting back around row 5 here for this main event. Stoval, your leader. Second place, Eckrich. Third, Jason Utter. Fourth, the 0 of Jake O'Neill. The 186 of Jeremy Payne. Fourth and fifth, I should say. Stoval now quickly approaching lap traffic. 8 laps complete. Off turn 2, Stoval will put his first lap on a competitor here this evening. Going to be the 68 of Dan Shepard. To go to the inside, look rather to the inside of Lance Town. Town on a rocket chassis, formerly owned by Matt Johnson. Off 2, Stoval. He'll slide around the 21 of Lance Town. He's got a straightaway over Eckrich in the 58. And it's back some car length to the 31 of Jason Utter. Jesse Stoval has never graced Lucas Oil MLRA victory lane here at Lakeside Speedway. Payne and Phillips now work the top side. Jeremy Payne closing the gap on the zero of Jake O'Neill, down to 3 and 4. O'Neill right through the hub of the Lakeside Speedway. Payne up on the top side. Payne back to work up in 1 and 2. Phillips comes along in tow as well. Still Stoval your leader. Trouble for Dave Eckrich. Eckrich, all kinds of smoke coming out the 58 car. We'll see how long he's able to keep going. What a tough break. It looks like it's coming from under the hood for the 58 of Cosgrove, Iowa's Dave Eckrich. He had an outstanding run going tonight here in that second spot. We'll see if he's able to keep going. I'd say it's only a matter of time. The 58 billowing all kinds of smoke out from under the hood of his race car. Still hanging on. Jason Utter runs in third. Utter right behind Eckrich in the 58. Eckrich off the pace. And he'll go to the infield. Dave Eckrich's night is over, and he will forego his second place effort with mechanical trouble ending his evening. Jason Utter, by default, now jumps up from third to second. Jake O'Neill goes to third. Jeremy Payne and Terry Phillips race for fourth and fifth. Jason Utter, a little push that time off turn 4. Keep your eyes there on the 186 and the 75. Good racing. Back up to the first set of turns. Off turn 2, Payne low. He'll exit high that time. Right at Terry Phillips' line. He rolled the top side through 1 and 2 that time. PP back to work up on the top side. Phillips trying to make something happen after starting at the tail of the field. Phillips runs up in that 5th position. Jesse Stoval running away with it here tonight. Stoval will go through 1 and 2. Will pick up second place, exiting 4. Second is Utter, third is O'Neill, fourth Payne, fifth Phillips. Stoval's last time in 18.713 for the driver out of Billings, Missouri. Stoval looking for win number 8 with the Lucas Oil MLRA Late Model Series here for 2015. And it would be 6 of the last 7 races. Should Stoval head to Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane. 21 of 30 complete. Through 3 and 4. Stoval busting out the paddle and the switch all tonight as he is delivering an absolute thrashing to this field here at Lakeside Speedway. 3 and off the 4. He'll put the 6 of R.C. Whitwell down a lap. Second place, still Jason Utter off 4. Third is the 0 of Jake O'Neill. Then it's the 75 of Terry Phillips, the 186 of Jeremy Payne. Jesse Stoval has lapped up inside of the top 10. R.C. Whitwell running 9th in this one. We'll pick up the battle right there. I believe that race is for third. Off turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Jake O'Neill, Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne. Phillips has run to the 4th spot. Off 4. O'Neill has it. Phillips right there. Jake O'Neill to Club 29. Phillips had to go to his backup car here this evening. Payne in the 186 holds on in fifth. So third, fourth, and fifth about equal distance apart. Stoval now put a lap on Chad Simpson. He's lapped up to 8th. Jesse Stoval has lapped 8th place here this evening. Currently out front, the blue 00 holds nearly a 10-second lead over second place. Off turn 2, down the back straightaway. A couple of lap cars ahead, a couple of lap cars behind. White flag will be coming out for Billings, Missouri's Jesse Stoval in one of his most dominating performances here in the 2015 season. Stoval looking for his 8th win of the year with a Lucas Oil MLRA. He's already amassed over $40,000 in first place money alone. He'll pick up the Kenny's Tile bonus. The watch from Jocelyn's Jewelry, $3,500 goes to the 00 of Jesse Stoval. Second place tonight, rolling off turn 4, the 31 of Columbus Junction, Iowa's Jason Utter. Running third, a strong finish for Tucson, Arizona driver Jake O'Neill. Terry Phillips from the back finishes fourth. In the 186 of Jeremy Payne rounds out your top 5. Race fans, hang on. We're going to head to Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane and talk with your top 3 finishers here in just a moment. Boy, of all your wins, this probably has to rank right up there as one of the most dominating of the year for sure. And, well, I can't remember a time that you won by 10 seconds or more.
Yeah, it definitely was a heck of a night for us. You know, Scott Bailey, he's got some good juice under the hood of this thing. You know what I mean? He worked this thing over, and we got this hot rod going a little bit better. He gave me some more power, and I think that's what attributed to what we got going on here tonight. And I just appreciate him and you know, McCarthy Chevrolet for putting this thing on. You know, there's just a lot of people that are involved with my team to make this happen, and through the ins and outs and ups and downs, everybody stands behind me, and I appreciate all of them. You know, I mean, even I've got you know, some new drive shaft people help this year, and you know, just it's just a drive shaft, but it ain't just a drive shaft. I mean, every little bit helps. Dynamic drive lines. He's a heck of a friend. Good people. Chicks Gear. They're you know, my apparel sponsors, I guess you would call it. They're just some really awesome people on this car. Melbourne Bank, Swafford Service. Like I said, Scott Bailey Racing Engines. Bobcat of Springfield, Russians Towing, APAC, Roadrunner Fabrications. That's Kelly Bowen, if nobody knows who that is. He's an old racer, but he's a heck of a guy. Helped me out. You know, just every little bit. I'm sure I'm missing somebody here. My dad, JSR Suspension. You know what I mean? It's kind of mine and his little shock deal. That's huge. You know what I mean? So every little thing helps, and I appreciate all of it.
You know, you're in the midst of one of your best seasons ever of your career. You've certainly won more races. You've never probably won more high-profile races. Obviously, the wheels didn't fall off the bus the last 2 or 3 weeks, but do you start to wonder in a streak like this where you can't win every time you pull onto the track?
Well, you know, they're just, I think there's a lot of, you know, I worked really hard on this car this week. Tommy Boy went down and picked our new car up. Hopefully it's just as fast as this car here, but those guys at Black Diamond, you know what I mean, they told me, you know, take this thing apart, or Ronnie told me take this thing apart and go through it. Took all the shocks off, rebuilt all the shocks. You know, Scott worked on the motor. We just went through this thing from end to end this week, and we got the race car back, I think.
Terry Phillips, one of your good friends, obviously you don't want to wish any ill will towards him, but you up front, him at the back, he blasted up. I had 2 laps, he was inside of the top 10. It's pretty hard to gain any points there as we're getting down to crunch time when he rolls off a 4th.
Absolutely. You know, like I said earlier, he's a good friend of mine. I don't wish him any bad luck, you know what I mean? And it's going to take, unfortunately, bad luck to make that happen. I don't wish that on him, no way. But you know, like I said, he's going to keep top 5 of me to death, and he always gets rolling at the end of the year. You can't never count him out, and all these people, you know, I don't never count Terry Phillips out. He's a good friend, but he's just a hell of a racer, and he's been around the business a long time and knows the ins and outs of it.
Your first MLRA win here at Lakeside Speedway, the 30th ever race. Had you ever won here in Ahmad? I know you hadn't won here with MLRA.
No,
First win ever.
first win ever here. We was leading about 2008, I think, blew up in front of the whole field there. Had a pretty good lead, but that's the only time I'd ever run really good besides tonight. You know what I mean? Tonight this car was, holy cow, it was fun to drive.
You in this river dirt.
Yeah, it is. When I get around this black dirt, it's game on.
Jesse Stoval, your winner here. Give him a round of applause. His birthday. I hate to bring this up, but my gosh, like your third or fourth second place finish, you are so close to getting a win. I know Jesse got out there quite a ways tonight, but you had a good race right behind him.
Yeah, that's what Lloyd just said. How many seconds is that? And I said too many. So, I just got to thank everybody. I want to thank the fans for coming out and supporting us, and I got to thank everybody that's on this car. My family and my pit crew, and just everybody that helps us out. And we'll just keep plugging away, and maybe we can catch Stoval someday.
This racetrack any bit similar to anything in surface size, or shape to what you're used to racing on up in Iowa?
Yeah, probably West Liberty a little bit. The corners are pretty sweeping like that. It's a little bit different dirt. I had a hard time reading it tonight. It actually held a little bit more traction than what I thought, so we just couldn't turn as good as Stoval probably. And, when you can't turn against this competition, they're going to get away from you.
Heck of a season, man. Great run again.
Thank you.
Jason Utter, he's finished first podium of the year. Tucson, Arizona driver Jake O'Neill in the Red Eye Radiator Total Seal Piston Rings 0. You told us earlier tonight you were looking forward to this place and excited about the race. Obviously, it paid off. Your home track, Tucson, USA Raceway. You said you thought it might be somewhat similar to that. Did it race that way?
Yeah, I did. Tucson, you got to be able to turn really good in the center and get through the corner. This is a place that's just like that, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't get through the centers where I was lacking. But for being the fourth race in this car, we're still learning what to do to it, and learning what adjustments kind of affect what. And we went a little too far tonight, but I'm still real happy. We fell back there for a while, and then got back up to third, I think. And then I thought I had something for second, and then we just couldn't steer it coming off. So I just can't thank all my sponsors, like you said, Total Seal, Red Eye Radiator, my good luck charm from El Paso, Casey Minks. He drew me the best pill of the year so far, and that makes a big difference starting up front.
Casey Minks could do one heck of an auction as well if we ever need him to. Just kind of a side note there. Obviously, you're taken to the Club 29 pretty well. You started out the year with the Bloomquist, had some unfortunate luck there, and had to get something else to drive in pretty short order.
Yeah, we got this car from Brian Rowland. He made us a good deal on it and helped us out a lot, treated us right. And Jimmy Owens, he's helped me out a lot. Tuning on my shocks and everything else. I can't thank them guys enough. I gotta thank everybody that helps me. We're very fortunate to be out here, and I can't thank them enough.
Man, congratulations to you and Biggin and the entire team.
Thank you.
Jake O'Neill, you'll see him tomorrow.